Hey guys, Danielle here with Striv Education. Today I wanted to show you how I created this year's NSAA state soccer graphic. We use this graphic on our Striv Sports to kind of promote the games that we are streaming throughout the week. I wanted to kind of break it down of how I made it in Canva because this ties directly to our digital media curriculum, one of our graphic design lessons designed by Rob Goff at Carney. So let's get into it. So how did I get this from this? Well, I had to kind of peruse some of our vault of state soccer photos and find a good photo that has a nice background of state soccer. And then two, find an action photo that I could crop a player out of and put, or hopefully maybe find one photo that has both of those two. And then three, I kind of wanted to play around with these different fonts up here and then these different logos down here, and even maybe throw in the rating little tag. So that's kind of what I did when I went into this. How did I create this in Canva? So first, I couldn't find a photo. I have this nice photo of the action shot of this girl doing a corner kick, but the background is really blah. So I perused and found this photo that showcases a lot of green, which is great, but also the background here. And so what I did is I'm going to set this as our background. Then I'm going to click it and edit the image. And then what I did to remove these players in Canva, I did magic eraser. And so I'm going to adjust my brush size. You just click and hold to highlight over these players. You'll kind of get a unique outcome where hopefully it will just mostly be the grass and then a little bit of the cement. Once you're done highlighting, click erase. And sometimes this takes a moment in Canva, and then bada bing, bada boom. As you can tell, it's a little questionable in some areas, so sometimes it doesn't hurt to highlight it again. It's not perfect, it's not a perfect tool, so I'm gonna highlight again and see what else we can come up with, see if that would make it a little bit smoother. And I don't use this tool a whole lot, just because it's not maybe as crisp or clean when it does the magic erase. However, for something like this, it's not too bad because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blur the background like it is here. I think that that's okay enough. So once I'm done, I'm gonna exit out of Magic Eraser, and then I'm gonna scroll down here to the blur, and I'm gonna blur the whole image, and I'm gonna go probably to about here. Maybe a little bit less, 20. I think that's good. So now I kind of have my background, and now I'm going to kind of edit the photo. I'm going to make it a little bit brighter, bring in some contrast, mess with the highlights a little, add a little shadow, maybe take down some whites, might give it a little bit more color, add some vibrance, a little saturation, a little sharpness, and then I might actually bring it down just a smidge. Perfect. So now I'm going to choose my player. This girl that I showed you earlier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to input her over top of this background. So I'm going to edit the image again. I'm going to do background remover, and honestly, that's not bad. I'm going to go in here and edit because I don't want, no offense to the NSAA, I do not want their corner flag in this. And so I'm going to zoom in a little, I'm going to lower my brush size. So now we have our player, our star athlete on the cover. I am actually going to edit this photo just because you can tell it doesn't match. And so I'm going to try to edit it to blend it in as best as I can. So now we have our star player We have the blurred background, and now I'm going to add the font behind her. So I'm not going to promote what I did or did not do to achieve this font. However, I am going to show you that I did do a little bit of a drop shadow, which you'll be able to see once I send this backwards. I'm going to kind of position it here because, well, it doesn't really cover it a whole lot, but I'm going to kind of position it maybe about right here. So after I added the font, now what I'm going to do is add a circle. I color it white to match the EA Sports. I also may have gotten the fonts for EA, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to write out state. I'm going to condense it a little bit, blow it up. So that's going to be our EA, and then I'm going to do soccer underneath it. Perfect. So now we kind of got the EA Sports FC24 covered, got the background, got the player. Now I'm going to add a little bit of shadows underneath the foot and the ball, just so it doesn't look as clearly photoshopped as it is. So I'm just going to type in shadow. I'm going to grab this one and lower it. And I'm going to put it underneath the ball here. And then I'm also going to copy and paste it and put on underneath the foot. And then maybe even, see, when I start to turn it this way, it does look pretty two-dimensional. I am gonna take some of it away. I might make this a little smaller just because the foot plant. Also make that a little smaller, maybe. Perfect. Okay, so I am going to also group all these together now so I can move them as needed. And now for the last part, well, there's two parts left. So I'm going to add this EA Sports rating that is always in the bottom left corner of every game. And what I did is I just kind of copied it. I layered it to be like such. So this was white. It also had a little black border. And so I also then would, this one doesn't have a border. This one is black. And what I did, make sure you hold shift when you grab the corner. That way it kind of comes together a little bit better. Just a little bit more. Right. And I'm going to copy this one more time and do a square. Make this white. Perfect. So now we kind of got the outline for this. I looked up online that what this font was most close to. It turned out to be most similar to a Helvetica Condensed. And I'm going to bold, and then I'm going to write just state, make it white. Granted, not perfect, but pretty darn close. Do state. Now for the big S, I'm going to copy and paste this text box again. I'm going to make it S, and also going to make it black. I kind of sized it using this, and then I kind of copied the angle that it was at. And there you have it. Then I'm just going to group this together and slide it to the corner. And then lastly, this part is probably the easiest out of everything. I added our Striv Sports sticker, the NFHS sticker, since that was where we were streaming it. And then let me edit this. I added an outline to it, made it white and just a little bit thicker. Might bring this down even a little bit more. Perfect. And then lastly, can't forget the NSAA logo right here. Also gonna add outline to it. If you're adding any other logos to something, make sure that these logos you're following by according to their brand guide. Make sure that you can put a white outline along their logo, and all of that jazz. And there you have it. That is how you can mimic the NSAA state soccer graphic to the EA Sports FC24 game poster or game logo. It's a fun little project that I hope your students will really enjoy. I know that my techniques may not be the most sound or most professional, but sometimes you kind of have to jimmy rig your design to make it be what it is, especially in Canva, which may not always have the extensive tools that a Pixelmator Pro or Photoshop has. Let me know if you have any questions and send me along your students' game poster or movie poster designs, and I'd love to take a look at them.